It's like tackling a block of cheese.
Fire up your NFL season with PointsBet. Now with NFL Bet Tracker. Bet on NFL markets like passing yards or receptions and follow them live in the PointsBet app. Yeah, that's built different. You win some, you lose more.
Hi, I'm Shaquille O'Neal. I'm wearing Rick's sunglasses, made in Australia.
Shaq loves Australia.
See?
There we
That's
go.
your first commercial right there.
Head to checkout and use the discount code ACES and you'll get 20% off site-wide. Rick's, eyewear that inspires confidence. Welcome back, everyone. Another episode of Tommy Talks. This week we go to the AFL and we go to Essendon. Brayden Fiorini is joining us. King, thanks so much for jumping on the podcast. Obviously, a superstar talent amongst all these other guys up there that just midfield time becomes hard at the Suns. So Essendon has found themselves a gem. And, mate, I just can't wait to talk to you about the F word. The F word's been thrown around a bit. I've seen online with a couple of boys, the Dons. There's been dramas with the skipper standing down. I see you're in the leadership group. We're going to break it all down today. But most importantly, mate, how you going and how you finding Melbourne?
Tommy, thanks for having me, mate. Going very well, thank you. A bit of an adjustment moving to Melbourne, but good to be back home, mate, amongst family and friends. And as you said, at the new club, Essendon, feeling at home already. So loving it, mate.
Let's start with Essendon. Why Essendon? Like when you get poached to leave or get a trade, just break it all down for me. When did you think, I think it's time to leave and give myself another opportunity due to this midfield? And why was it Essendon that you picked them? Yeah,
so it was probably this time last year, leading into my out of contract year, 2025. Starting having conversations with my manager just to what the rest of the year looks like, and as you said, sort of in and out of the midfield there at the Suns over the last few years, and started out of the side last year, and then finally fought my way back in, and was grateful to get back in there, and then obviously have that finals run as well with the Suns was a great way to finish off the year. Obviously disappointing in that last game, but to finally make finals after 10 years at the club, and that first final over in Perth with Dave Swallow, the ending there. So yeah, it was really good. And then it was probably more once the season had finished, I started to think about what's next for me. And as I said, out of contract, there was a couple clubs that approached my manager through the year, but I didn't really want to entertain it whilst I was playing in the team and we were going on that finals run. So long story short, why Essendon, to answer your question. Once meeting with them after the season, I was blown away, with Matty Rosa, the list manager, Scotty, the coach, and just their vision of the club holistically, and then the vision for me individually, and the role they had me sort of playing and envisioned blew me away, and grateful to make that decision in the end, and also grateful for my time at the Suns over the last 10 years.
10 years, it goes quick, doesn't it? It goes very quick.
They all tell you that when you're 18 and you come into the club, but absolutely flies by. So yeah.
Oh, it's exciting. I think Dons fans have got themselves a gem, as I said. You're going to be amongst a lot of talent as well. I think Essendon fans, they get quite frustrated because it feels like that's the message and the visions every year. But there is something different about this year. I personally think Walshy, he's jumped on board. He's done everything that he said he would do so far. They've got a couple of new players in. They drafted really well. From all reports, they drafted well. We'll talk about them later. But I think it is definitely going to be on the up. And there's some, they had a lot of, people don't realise how many injuries did they have last year?
Yeah.
You wouldn't have cared too much last year because you're too busy worrying about the Suns. But as you've walked in the door, have you seen all these guys that were injured on the training track? And have you seen just everything starting to look a little bit better?
Yeah, definitely. That was sort of part of, I suppose, Scotty's pitch when meeting with him in the off-season. And he put up a lot of the team that was sort of out for the year, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, sorry, but they had the most debutants for forever, didn't they? Yeah, in the history of the AFL. So it was a bit of a rough year last year, injury riddled, but also caught up with Matty Innes, the new high performance manager there, and was blown away by his vision and where he saw the club moving forward, and he's got a great reputation and experience from previous clubs. And as you said, walking into the club now, seeing a lot of those names back out on the track, mate, it's really exciting, especially for the fans. And hopefully it stays that way when the games come around.
Talk to me about leadership time, the leadership group, but the time that everyone announces the skipper, the new leadership group that's going to hold the team accountable for the trademark and everything that you just said on the wall that no one knows about, but you guys do. What was it like to be in that room there?
Yeah, it was really humbling and honoured, obviously, to be voted into the group, and it was actually quite a surprise. Obviously, new to the club and had a good block there pre-Christmas, I think roughly a month there of getting amongst the group and first and foremost, I suppose, just trying to be myself and work really hard, train really hard, and then, obviously a young group, so try and empower those younger boys and really be there for them. I've got a real passion for helping the younger crew and get a lot of satisfaction out of them, succeeding and getting the best out of their careers. So, I've just tried to be myself and, was blown away when sort of Scotty announced that I was in the group and, as you said, a new skipper with Andy as well. And I've been blown away by, his leadership qualities and traits. And, I feel like he'll be one of those players that you walk tall alongside when you run out on the MCG. So looking forward to that.
What is it about him that stands out for people out there that, are wondering what you're talking about?
He's just holistically so good as a leader, like whether it's on field, not that I've played with him, but on the training track, his standards, and then off field, just his support for his players. I feel like he's got a good grasp on the whole list and he's really caring, really approachable. And I feel like he lives and breathes what it means to be an Essendon footy player. So all the boys are really pumped with him, and I know the fans are really excited for him as well. So big shoes to fill, obviously, with Zac Merrett and a lot of the captains of a big footy club, and we'll be there right behind him, mate.
Well, you mentioned his name, so I'm going to bring it up. Obviously, we support players on this podcast. You know that. We're always here for the players. It's not like your traditional media. It is definitely been a story in Australian, football. I've never seen something quite as big for a while in that kind of, the captaincy standing down, getting traded, all the kind of noise last year. And then just yesterday I seen he might have given his manager the flick. So he's still in the media. But internally, this is nothing new. This is nothing too, I guess, how can I say it? It's not that hard to handle is what I'm trying to say. And how's it been? Like, compared to what you may have read on the outside versus the inside, like, can you give us a little bit of what it's like at the times?
Yeah, I think you summed it up pretty well, Tommy. I suppose it's just the industry we're in, isn't it? Externally, I suppose it was a similar time to when my trade and deal was getting done. So I was obviously pretty fascinated about how it was going to play out and was hopefully stayed around, obviously. Really good player from the outside. But once I've got to the club, I sort of didn't really know what to expect. Obviously, how it played out, how the boys felt about it. I didn't really know, as you said, externally. I was just looking in. So once I'd gotten to the club, as you said, internally, it's just, nothing's really changed. I feel like there was no bad blood. There was no love lost between, both Zac and the club. He's well loved amongst the group. Obviously, a captain of the footy club. 6-time Crichton medal winner, I think, and just the way he's handled himself has been blown me away. He's come back into the club. Obviously, might have felt a little bit awkward with how it played out, but I haven't seen that at all. And I suppose his investment, I might have thought, how's he going to be, wanting to leave? And he's had him to come back. Is he going to fully buy in? But as I've just said, I've been absolutely blown away by the way he's invested back into the group. He's driving conversations in meetings. He's still leading by example on the track. Like, his training standards are unbelievable. And obviously sharing lockers with him as well is pretty cool. But the way he sees the game as well, like his footy brain, is one of the best I've played alongside. So I've already learned so much from him, and the boys have just welcomed him back with open arms, and as I said, he's fully invested. So, yeah.
I love it. I was thinking about, like, I don't know, when you're growing up, if you have an argument with your mate, it only takes a day to get over it. And I feel like one of the boys, so you just get over it. So was there a moment when he did rock up? Was there any moment where he just stood up and said, look, there's an elephant in the room and I'll address it, hit it on the head, and let's move forward? Was there anything like that, or has it just been like, get to work?
I think initially he came in and just got to work, but then I think it was more sort of when he stood down as skipper there, and he went into depth about sort of the off-season and what's been happening and his thought process amongst everything. But, yeah, I think he's just proven the way he's training. Like, he's fully invested. He's back in. He's giving heaps of energy to his teammates. Like, he's a really good teammate, and I can't wait to run out alongside him, to be honest.
I don't like talking about private, like stuff that you'll talk to him about and then bring it up on a podcast. But if we can touch on it a little bit as locker buddies, have you spoken to him about the load of we all know when you're the skipper, well, I don't know, but I'm just thinking, like, when you're in the leadership group or all these other things that I've spoken to people about, there's a lot of meetings and there's a lot of shit you got to do. You got to do press conferences. One of the players make a mistake, the coach calls you in. What do we want to do? Like, there's a lot of extra load, and then it doesn't help your performance. It actually probably means you've got to work a little bit harder to go do the extras that you're trying to do because you're getting pulled into all these meetings. So, have you had a discussion around how he's feeling with, like, a decreased load with all that kind of stuff, and how he can just roll in and be the best version of himself as a footballer?
Yeah. I haven't had a conversation with him about that, but visually I can see there's a bit of a weight off his shoulders, and it's hard to compare because I wasn't here last year, but I feel like he's just training with freedom. In meetings he's speaking up, speaking his mind. He's doing his extra craft. Like, he's trying to be, as you said, the best player he can be. And he's always been driven from reports, and he's always been heavily, like, driven by success and wanting the team to succeed as well and play finals. So I think, as you said, I think it'll free him up nicely, and he'll just go out and just be the best player if he can be any better than he already is. But, yeah, I think it'll free him up nicely, to be honest.
The fact that he's talking up in meetings is a great sign for Essendon fans. Like, because the meetings are – a lot of people sit back in meetings, and the leaders are the ones that talk up, and they might poach a couple of other players to give their thoughts. But when he's sitting back and he's saying, I'm out of the leadership group, I'm not skipper anymore, but I'm still going to challenge my teammates and hold them accountable to, like, the high standards, that's a really strong sign.
Yeah, and I think you summed it up nicely there at the end, like, holding people to account. And as I said before, like, the way he sees the game is one of the best I've ever seen.
He's such a weapon, isn't he?
Yeah, the way he sees it, like, he'd say something in meetings and I'll be like, I didn't even see that. Like, he's talking about.
Give us an example, because the people out there, are you talking about behind the ground footage where someone's running and you're like, hey, stop there. Yeah. Can we talk about what this guy's doing?
Exactly.
Because I think if he just gets to the corridor, we're out on the fat side. Or is that what he's doing in meetings? And it's just helping people get to, like, solutions.
As you said, he's helping people. He's trying to coach. And as I said before, we're such a young group. So he's just trying to help us win games, I think, at the end of the day. And obviously stepping down as captain, the shackles are off, and I feel like he's just speaking his mind, and everyone respects him so highly. And when he speaks, everyone's listening. So he's been so good for the boys so far.
Who else speaks up a lot in meetings? Give me your top three in there, the Dons. When there's footage and it goes quiet, and Scotty goes, righto, boys, what do we think we should be doing here? Who's the top three boys that you could have money on? They're going to say something.
A couple of your mates, I reckon. Jai Caldwell likes to speak up. In a good way, though. Just like, he's not afraid to ask a question if he doesn't understand it. And he's actually been pumped up about that. Like,
that's great.
Don't be
he's
afraid.
He's actually pretty quiet. Obviously, I played with him when he was young, but I think he's a superstar. So the fact that he's got the edge and he's got the leadership coming through, that's a good sign.
Yeah. And obviously in the leadership group this year. So I think he's big on, hang on, if I don't understand that, I'm not afraid to put my hand up and, hey, Scotty, can you go through that again? Yeah. I'm sure there's other boys in the group that might not understand that either, like, and the young boys might not want to speak up. So he's been really good and really impressed by that as well. Who else speaks up? Oh, most of the leaders, really. Mason Redmond, Kyle Langford. We're such a young group, so it's probably something we can definitely improve on as a whole group. But Scotty usually leads the way, and he sees the game really well. So he's a really good teacher for the young boys for sure.
That's great. Let's stay with Scotty. Obviously, he's got a lot of success, and throughout his playing career, when he was at North and at Essendon, it's been tough going. There's been a lot of things going on. But I reckon it's the first year that the Dons have drafted the house down, and they drafted the house down the year before. Yep. I reckon they're starting to get it right. Can you see that even with the coaches? There's a few. You spoke about Rosa as like the list manager. You know, it's good to see. I feel like, I'm an NFL fan, but when I see like a Sean McVay and, Johnson, Benny Johnson from the Bears, like they're young coaches, but they just, I don't know, they see it a bit differently. They're a bit fresher. I reckon they've got new ideas. Are you just seeing that around? It's just like, it's a nice core that we're building here.
Yeah, definitely a nice core that we're building. I suppose it's hard to compare because I wasn't there over the last few years, but yeah, as you said, with Welshie coming in as the president.
Quite young.
Quite young president. And he's really led the way from the top there. And then Matty Rosa's, had a good couple of years there on the draft front and bringing in some good recruits there through the draft. And I think Scotty, he's I think he's going into his 4th year from memory. And obviously we touched on before, tough year last year. And a lot of it was out of his control, but with the young group and the experience they would have got from last year in particular, a lot of the young boys, we feel like it could be a blessing in disguise. And a lot of resilience was required last year and built, I suppose, from all the injuries to key players. So moving forward, coming to 2026 with, as you said, some good kids through the draft, and then the kids that we already had with which gained some valuable experience last year with some games there under their belt. I feel like it is a really good environment at the moment to be around for sure.
When the coach gets everyone in day one, you said you were back early, which is great. You get to meet the first of 4 or 5 years, I believe. And then the core group comes back, you get your time trials and all that shit out the way. But then there's the big meeting. It's like everyone in, footy department, coaches, players, and anyone else that's involved. What was the main message for the year?
Good question. And I suppose it was really good to see the old boys coming back from day one anyway. So there wasn't like a 2-week buffer of the young boys and the old boys. Everyone was in. And that's what I've been blown away from by the club is the investment from the players and like how hungry we all are. But yeah, Scotty's messaging into 2026 it's probably similar to every club's, but there's no real ceiling that we're putting on it. We've gained really good experience last year through a tough year, built really good resilience. We've laid the foundations. We've got some good talent coming through the door. Hopefully some good experience from the older boys that can help guide that. We're putting no ceiling on 2026. So I won't say the F word, but we're not shying away from that, obviously. So
say it then.
Finals. Every club would be, you're not,
you got.
There's no point being in the industry if you're not aiming for that. So we're not shying away from that, but we know there's 17 other teams that are going for that as well. So there's a lot of hard work to go. But yeah, I'm really bullish on the year for sure.
Guys, I've just had a look at the data and 60% of you do not subscribe to our content, but you consume it. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you get alarmed with all our content so you do not miss a beat. Righto, enough of me. Let's get back into the show. I haven't seen any footage. I haven't seen any team train, but we all know that blokes like me, they get the bibs, and we play. I used to play on the A graders. So tell me who's not in the bibs. If I go down to wherever you're training now, I think it's Tullamarine. Who is in the midfield at the moment? Give me the ruck, give me the 3 mids, and give me the wingers.
I can't leave anyone out. Come on, that's a tough exercise.
Just tell me who the big 3 is at the moment. Then the big 3 midfielders from the last session. It could have been yesterday. Obviously, is it you, Jai, and Merrett?
I'm out on the wing. Yeah, I'm out on the wing.
Okay.
At the moment.
So give me the big 3 on the inside.
Yeah, Jai's been going very well through preseason.
Zac Merrett, is he playing midfield or is he playing half back?
Yeah, he could be thereabouts.
I feel like he's playing half back.
He could be thereabouts. He's in and amongst it. Sammy Durham, he's one to watch, I reckon.
Oh, yeah.
Along with Jai and the other boys, but some things he does at training is unbelievable. He's sort of that big-bodied mid who can sort of float forward and really good aerially as well, and hard as nails. And I think he's just, he's got to, I suppose he probably doesn't fully believe that he can take his game to the next level, but that's what we're trying to work on. And I feel like once he gets that together, he could be absolutely anything. It's good to see sort of Darcy Parish back out there as well amongst it. Yeah. Hopefully he can get back to his All-Oz form from a few years ago. But yeah, we've got great depth through there, and there's a fair few young kids through the midfield group as well with Elijah Sardis and then the boys who we sort of drafted in Sharp, Farrow. So yeah, we've got great depth through there, and excited to see, a fully fit team next year.
Who's looking like our number one ruckman? How's me saying our? Everyone knows I grew up as an Essendon fan, so I got three teams. I got Essendon, Freo, and Giants, and then all my mates that are playing.
Love it. Yeah, tough on the ruck. Vigo's been going up against sort of Lockie Blackiston there, and we've got Nick Bryan coming back from an ACL who won't be far away either. So good competition there, and we've got great depth through that midfield. So yeah.
All right, it's time to talk about the draft. I had Kinnear Beatson on the podcast before the draft, and I wanted to get a little bit of an insight into what it's like to be, a recruiter, list manager, all the rest of it. And he's kind of coming to an end in that kind of field. He's going to work on a few other things, but he's done such a great job over a long time. And I asked him, who's the guy that, people are that's sliding for no reason based off just recruiters overthinking? Because he said recruiters can tend to overthink because players are there for a long time. And he said Sharp. And he said he's just done everything from 15, 16, 17, 18. His leadership qualities are incredible. He honestly has a perfect resume. And for some reason, recruiters are trying to work out why not to take him. And I saw Essendon picked him up. And I want to get your intel on him. Give me like your impressions of him. You've seen his work rate, his leadership. Is he the future of the club? Like I want to sit down with him at the right time, but I thought let him just settle in.
Yep.
But I'd love you to give me an honest opinion of what you think of this man.
I think you summed it up nicely.
Kinnear Beatson, he's all over it.
Kinnear summed it up very nicely. Yeah, he's I think he's won everything from under 15s. He's captain every side. A pretty impressive resume for such a young kid. But I've been blown away from. Obviously, with those higher wraps, you could probably come into a club, big club, high draft pick. But the way he's just worked and tried to earn the respect from his teammates just from working hard on the track, in the gym, whatever it is, and his eagerness to learn from the older boys as well, I've been blown away. And now that we're getting into more sort of match sim, stoppage work, he's going up against the likes of, the Caldwells, Durhams, Parish, and he's not shying away from it, that's for sure. And he blew me away, when was it, Monday, I think, and he'll be right up there in the starting midfield, I believe. I think Scotty's a big fan of him as well. And I think all along we really wanted him, so it was good that he sort of fell through a little bit there. And everyone speaks about his sort of leadership qualities. He's been captains, but Scotty's been really big on him coming in and just being 18. Just play. Yep. Just play. Don't worry about being a leader from the way, like the moment you step into the club. You're such a young kid. Work hard, earn the respect, gain the experience, and then the leadership will follow, which I think is really good messaging from Scotty.
Yeah, spot on. He's so young. What can we expect? Like when I see him play, like the first practice game, like what are we going to see?
An absolute bull.
Oh, so he's just a beast.
Yeah, just a beast. If the ball's on the ground, he'll just go through anyone or anything to get it.
What's his spread like?
Spread's good for an 18-year-old, yeah. But his stoppage work, his craft, is second to none for such a young kid. And he reminds me of someone who I used to play with, a Brownlow medalist now, Matty Rowell. So a little bit of that sort of inside bull.
Yeah, just see ball, get ball, contested beast.
Win clearances, tackle hard to move for an 18-year-old. He's very strong already.
It's exciting because when they're that good at 18, something, I think Tom Green was another one of them.
Yeah, similar to that.
Yeah, just like 18, 17 even. He just couldn't move him. I'm thinking, wow, just good luck to anyone in 4 years when they they get some experience and they play against some guys that teach him a few lessons. Like, I'm going to do that the next time I play him on, when he plays on Paddy Cripps at 18, now they can match him. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, it's just exciting.
Yeah. And he's trying to learn as much as he can as well, like ask questions, do extra touch, do extra craft. I think he's building really good habits to turn into a really good player.
What about the other guys drafted? Talk to me about just the new guys quickly.
Yeah.
Selfishly, I just wanted to talk about Sharpie because of Kinnear Beatson and just the excitement there. And then I want to ask you about last year, there's a couple of guys that I want to get, the Caddy, Kako, the boys. I want to get a little update on them. And then we'll talk about your Brownlow medalist teammate last year and a few of those midfield traits that you learnt. So let's just start there with the other recruits that Essendon have picked up. Everyone that goes for the Dons or Super Coach, listen up. You're gonna get a little update here.
Yeah, Matty Rosa and his team did really well, I think, over the last couple of years, but in particular this year again, and drafted some really high-end talent. But I think he was big on bringing in really good personalities and people that'll fit our culture as well. So Sullivan Roby was, I think, our first pick, and he's had a tough start with, I think, his back. He hasn't really been training, but he's got all the signs to be a really good player. And I think a bit of a late bloomer last year, developed really late and went up the draft boards really late. But he from all reports, he'll be a star. Jacob Farrow was the next pick, I believe. He's nice left footer, silky, big body, sort of midfield halfback. Matty Rosa and his team speak really highly of him, so I think the fans can be excited by him. And
what position does he play at AFL when he plays his first game? Do you think?
Whether it's wing or halfback, maybe. But long term, probably that tall midfielder. Hard to compare, but sort of reminds me of that sort of Jordan Dawson type. Tall left footer, silky, can break the line with his kick, really good kick. And then Maxi Kondo as well is a bit of a later pick, but he's blown me away at training as well. So I think, really good draft haul there. And everyone's talking about how young we are, but a lot of talent there to be really excited about for the Dons fans for sure.
You've been around a lot of young talent for a long time. Like the Suns, you just mentioned 10 years. I mean, the Suns have stunk it up for a long time, but then the last 2 or 3, it's now a powerhouse. Like, what do you tell these young guys at the Dons from what you've learned at the Suns?
Yeah, good question. I think, talent's one thing, but I think it's obviously the hard work that you got to put in to be the best player that you can be and be the best teammate towards a team. You're only as good as your sort of teammates. So until everyone can buy in and come together as a collective to try and achieve those goals, I think that's when it can be really powerful. And we're starting to see that over the last couple of years at the Suns. Obviously, a couple of those high-end talents got a couple of years under their belt, developed nicely, good experience, played games early, and really built that continuity as a team. And you've seen them go up the ladder the last couple of years. So, I suppose hard work when you get into the team for sure.
At the Suns, what year was it when you saw that change, that people just investing in their teammates instead of themselves and playing together, not for themselves? Like, when did you see that click? How many years ago?
You're always striving for it, and it's always been there. But I think definitely the last couple of years.
When Dimmer got there.
Yeah, Dimmer's come in as well, which, he's been really good for boys playing their role and like really system-based with his game plan. It doesn't matter about kicks, marks, handballs as such. And obviously there's a lot of stars in that midfield at the Suns, but it was a lot around those outside players, running patterns, sacrificial roles, which I've probably seen and probably would put it down to the team having success as well. Everyone buying into that.
And just on that, it reminds me of like what I think a good coach is then showing those players playing that role on the Monday in the review, going, boys, look at this. I know Noah and Rowley and Took, they've all had 35 and kicked 2, but have a look at this bloke's pattern. He's had 10 for the day.
Yeah.
But his man didn't get a kick. We had no goals, no midfield goals because of this, and they show that stuff.
Yep.
That's the kind of stuff that I'd imagine you started to see at the Suns.
Yeah, Dimmer was massive on that. Whether it was training or games, would point out that regularly. And I suppose I was sort of in that boat on that wing, playing those roles, patterning to sort of open up the corridor for the Rowells and the Andersons. And
sacrificial run, you get no reward.
But you did internally, so it made you feel good about yourself, I suppose, and want to do it again for your teammates. And I feel like the boys really bought into that.
You feel unreal, don't you, when you feature on a highlight clip for a trademark?
When you don't touch it.
Yeah, you're like, I haven't touched it, but geez, the boys are up and about. I've had 3 features on the trademark clips.
Yeah.
Well, that's how you keep your spot, but that's what I hate about this. Is what I think shit clubs do, right? They get you in, you play your role, and then they flick you because you haven't had a kick, and you go, well, I've just done everything you've told me that you need the team to do, and you're flicking me because old mate's kicked a couple in the twos, and I'm playing me role.
Yeah.
So that's what a good side does, and I reckon that's what the Suns have done really well, and that's what other sides that they have players. You know, I think of Atkins at Geelong. He just plays. He doesn't need touches. No. He just tackles and stops their best player, and they get the reward later on. You know, you have to almost make a granny for someone to say this guy's the negator. But yeah, I think a good culture, a good club, they really highlight that stuff internally. They don't worry about it externally. And it's the same thing for forwards, like half forwards.
Tough role. People
don't realise how hard that high half forward role is if you're playing pressure. Like if you're we call it the fifth or fourth. I don't know what you call it, the Dons, but it's the corridor forward that's probably not going to get the kick because it goes inside 50 to the deep forward. And it's the other, I guess, high half forward pressuring the back of the stoppage in case that they chain out to stop them from going through the corridor. So all that stuff is never really seen on TV, and and it's really hard to get a touch. Some days you do, but it's really hard to get forward and get a goal. So they're the ones that I reckon when you're highlighting that internally and you're seeing all the pressure and, you know, the repeat stoppages, they're the ones that good clubs show internally. And that's when you might not have a kick, but the boys go, man, without you doing that, we don't score. Love your work. Let's go again next week.
Yeah, definitely. And it was full buy-in, I reckon, the last couple of years. So hence the success probably, yeah.
Let's talk about Rowell winning the Brownlow. What is it about him and his preparation? What's he doing differently? I think of blokes I've played with have won one, Fifey, Lockie Neal, What like they always sometimes do a little bit of extra or something different. Like it might be inside the facility, it might be outside. Is Rowell doing anything different, or has he just had a great year?
Yeah, he did a few things differently over the last sort of 12 months. He's always been a hard worker. Like as soon as he stepped into the club, I remember him. He was obsessive with his craft the moment he walked in. He was doing every extra touch every single day, days off. And he still does that, but I think he's targeted a bit more of, or he's been more deliberate with what he's targeted. I think he's gone after more like his explosive and his power work. We've always known the Rowell to, you know, win the contested ball, win the clearances, get the ball going forward. But I feel like we saw on game day him bursting out of packs a bit more, impacting the game a bit more. And taking the ball forward, taking a bounce, like really impactful. So, yeah, I think he was really more targeted, you know, post trainings with some footwork, cones work, some band work. And yeah, it'd be a good one to ask him. But yeah, he was just so deliberate in what he was targeting. He did a heap of work away from the club as well. Even his gym work was more around, you know, less weight. He got a bit more leaner this year, I believe, and he was more explosive, more power work in the gym, less weights. And even like before games as well, it's more like NBA sort of territory, isn't it? But he would fly out his like physio, osteo person, I can't remember his name, but to every game, whether it was in WA, Adelaide.
Really?
Yeah, just to check in on the body, make sure it's fine.
I've never heard that in AFL.
Yeah, probably not AFL. Physio. Yeah,
not in AFL.
Nah, it's the first I'd seen of it, but yeah.
We're going down that path already.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it works. I think, yeah,
I like
won
it.
the Brownlow.
I like it. I mean, there's 3 physios at most clubs and there's 45 blokes.
And not to say he didn't trust the physios at the club and he loved them as well and got work from them, but I think it was just to have that person that he could go to and see weekly before a game and just check in on his body. I think even some mindset stuff with him as well, and just the holistic practice of how am I going to perform tomorrow and go out and dominate. And he was pretty consistent. Yeah, I don't think he had a bad game this year. And as we can see, he's the Brownlow medalist now. So
that's a little gem here on the Tommy Talks podcast with you. A private physio flying to all the games, no matter where they're playing. Obviously, Perth, big trip. He pays for his flight and gets him to just square him up and then does a bit of mental stuff off the back of it.
I believe so, yeah.
And then jumps back into the club stuff, which is what you see at NFL, NBA, they all do that. comes down to a bit of the cash. But he's obviously invested in his body. You see LeBron and what he puts through with his nutrition and that. But so Rowley's gone down that path as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think anyone else will go down that path? Like, do you see Noah Anderson now doing that?
I think he's a little bit different to that, but you see more and more these days, like boys investing in their bodies, in their careers, whether it be away from the club with more, treatment, Pilates away from the club, yoga, whatever it is, diets. I think you see more and more boys these days investing in trying to get the best out of themselves. But no, I haven't seen that one yet. So
that's
keep
good.
an eye on
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, we had a great season. Did you think Brownlow night he was going to win it, or do you think Noah was going to win it?
It was a tough one. They both had really good years. I was scared they were going to sort of steal votes off each other.
Come on, second and third.
Yeah, I was scared of that. But the way the night was panning out, it looked more and more likely that it was Rowley, wasn't it? So I think he had to stop drinking the beers there and sort of sober up a bit from reports. So get ready for the speech. And it looked like he had a good night as well the next morning with the red eyes. And
they reckon it's a nightmare. The media commitments are brutal. Like you might say you do party till 2 or 3 a.m. You got to be up at like 5:30 for the Today Show.
Yeah, good luck. So obviously memorable night for him, and so glad. He's such a likeable person, such a good person to have around the club. All the boys love him, so happy for him.
Yeah, it's great. It's big for the club as well.
Massive,
Brownlow medalist. Did you just all celebrate when he got back to town?
I think it was more the off season then, wasn't it? So boys must have been away, but yeah, the boys were pumped for him.
Yeah. I want to talk about that midfield and also that club quickly. Just you're a Don now, but it's quite scary what's going on, man. I had to think about this yesterday. I mean, it's just slowly getting back into the AFL stuff. Tracker and what's his name, Jamara. You got the boys in the midfield that are just going to get better. The forward line is stacked. The back line's strong.
All the academy picks as well. Yeah,
the academy picks.
Yeah.
I love Jed Walter. I reckon he's going to be a beast. So if he's stronger and better, as he improved, there's two monsters up there. They're going to be hard to beat. Like, do you think they might be the favourites for the flag this year?
I'm obviously hoping they go well. Obviously,
outside of Essendon, obviously, I don't want to talk about it. I'm just saying, like, do you see the Suns improving big time from last year?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
That's scary.
It is scary, yeah.
Considering the midfield and then the forward line. Jamara.
Great depth, yeah.
King.
Great depth. And as I said before, like the continuity of the boys playing together under the same system for what would be the third year now in a row, I think they'll be hard to beat. And yeah, I'm pumped for them and hope they go well. Obviously got a lot of good friends there and good mates for life there. So I'll be cheering on hard, but looking forward to versing them as well. It'd be a bit of a weird one, yeah.
Yeah, we're not talking about the Suns. So you're going, come on, man, I'm not a Sun anymore. But let's just one more. When are you playing them? Have you circled the calendar?
Yeah,
just to
I think it's round 5 or 6. Yeah,
down here.
Nah, up there.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
Go up there. That'll be good. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's good. It's always good to circle that one. Let's get to off-field, mate. Yeah, such a good fella. It would not surprise me if you're doing some studies or you're doing something special off-field. Do you keep yourself occupied away from the game? If so, what have you been doing?
Tried to have that balance of obviously on-field and off-field, and have been studying Bachelor of Business and finally finished it a few months ago after, I think it was a 6 or 7 year journey, but yeah, got there in the end, which is good. So I got that certificate, and I'm actually running a business up in Gold Coast. My brother's founded it down here. It's called Little Sports Heroes. It's a sport and development program where we go out in childcare centres and run sport and development programs for kids, multi-sport program, and try and make it all inclusive for all the kids there. So my wife and I expanded it up to the Gold Coast sort of 12 to 18 months ago, and kept me busy off field this year, and really gave me a purpose sort of away from the club as well. And have really enjoyed that business side of things. So absolutely loving it.
That's great. So how did all that come about?
I think obviously studying the business side of things, and then taking a real interest in my brother's business down here, and got a real passion for, kids and trying to get them out and about, and we know how prevalent the screens are these days with the kids. So
not just the kids, mate. Not just the kids.
Everyone. But yeah, trying from a young age, trying to build, the right habits and give them exposure to, different sports and make them feel included and really part of team as well. So, it's been in the works for a bit, but I thought it was good timing, up to sunny Gold Coast. The kids up there love being outdoors and I feel like it was a really good fit up there. And I suppose leading into my out of contract year in 2025, I thought it might have been, potentially a good transition out of footy if it wasn't to work out last year. So to give me that option to, transition into that if, I wasn't to get another contract. So went down that path and, I suppose it gave me really good balance throughout the year to, in a high pressure year of being out of contract, I suppose was good to, switch off from footy and dive into the off-field stuff with the business and obviously study as well. So
that's elite. Is this after school?
No, so it's childcare centre, so kinders, so it's all through the day. Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. So it's about 12. We say anyone who walks, so the toddlers sort of start from 12 months old to up till 5. So more the young tackers, but
that's good. You teach them how to play golf?
Nah, golf's not one of the sports. We should get that in.
Mate, you got to teach them early.
Yeah, you got the tennis, got the hockey, all different stick sports, but golf could be another one we could add to the program.
Just get a little driving range for the 3-year-olds.
Yeah, I reckon. See how it goes.
What is their favourite sport that young? That's young.
It is young. Yeah, no, we start with basketball. They love basketball. It's just an easy one.
How to dribble.
Yeah. Drop, bounce, catch, little hoops. They love it, to be honest. Just, it's to be honest, it's more just a bit of fun with the kids. With teaching them, just giving them different exposure to different sports and teamwork with their fellow classmates. And that's good
awesome.
Fun.
Teaching them young as well.
Yeah.
Good habits early.
Yeah.
How does the business side of all that work? Without getting into the numbers and all that, but to grow the business, is it like you just need to get more kids signed up?
Yeah, so it's more trying to get more childcare centres. So we try and sign them up as a whole, try and get the directors on board and so then all the kids can be involved. And
got it. So you're like an external company that goes to the childcare centres.
Yep.
Then you run these sessions for the toddlers to 5.
Yeah, for a few hours or whatever.
And then you nick off.
Yeah, go to the next centre.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So we do that. As I said, my brother's founded it down here with his business partner probably 7 or 8 years ago. And they're across Victoria going really well. And then we thought, why not expand it up to, Gold Coast? And now we've gone up to Brisbane probably 6 months ago as well.
What a concept for you.
There you go.
Zach Dawson's doing, I think because he builds these things, but I don't know where it would lie, but I'm pretty sure that his whole job is to build childcare centres in high growth areas.
There you go.
So they'd imagine they'd have some. Well, I'll play with him, but no, I just think that's what I'm trying to think when you do it. So I think I'll link you with him.
Perfect.
And then he'll be able to link you with someone. But that's the way. That would be the way in.
Yeah, it's a lot of.
I think Lee Spur was doing a small teammate there. I think he was doing some stuff in Perth as well. But you're not in Perth yet, so
no, not in Perth yet. Yeah. We'll settle.
That's exciting.
It's busy at the moment, so we'll just.
Sorry, man. I've asked a couple of dumb questions there. I'm trying to get my head around.
That's good.
That's elite. That's a great idea.
Yeah, no, it's going really well, and my wife Molly's probably running more operations as obviously I was busy with footy through the year, but I was helping her and all the credit sort of goes to her, but I've been helping as much as I can for sure.
I was just thinking about when I was a kid at school, man, like probably a bit older. So I was just going to say, well, before I ask, I might tell you my school story, but like, are you ever looking to expand from that age group you've got to maybe a little bit higher so you can go to primary schools and then the teachers and the PE, I guess teachers don't have to run these classes because you guys are specialists in that field and you can come in and you can drop these classes for 2 hours with the students?
Yeah, open to anything really. I think a lot of the primary schools run those internally though, as you said, with like PE teachers and probably comes down to a budgeting.
Funds,
funds for that. But we're open to even like before school care or after school care is a potential down the track or...
Mate, before school, how many? Like, what did you do before school? We just play cricket or kick the footy. So there's a market there.
There's a market there.
Maybe the parents have to pay for it though.
I don't know how that works, but no, we're happy building as we are at the moment. Like it's probably taken off quicker than we expected, in a good way. But it's very busy at the moment. And then obviously moving down here is throwing a spanner in the works a little bit with that. But operations are running nicely up there, and we've put a few girls up there in managing positions to help facilitate our move. And no, we're absolutely loving it.
That's brilliant. How many in the team?
I've probably got close to 30 staff now.
That's
yeah,
elite.
yeah. So we had a couple girls through like the AFLW program at the Suns working with us, and then sort of I went through my university there for the sports college, got some workers through there, and now we've got a really good team. Yeah, all sort of young, like-minded kids there as well, which is good.
special.
Yeah, really enjoying it.
Mate, well done. Well done. And when did you start this again? What year?
2024, so yeah.
Oh, so you're so
18 months ago probably
well done.
started it. Yeah.
Brilliant. And how many childcares are you in exactly? Roughly?
Good question,
Roughly.
yeah.
I shouldn't say exactly because you get it wrong.
No, roughly probably 30 to 40 on Gold Coast, and then probably similar to Brisbane. Brisbane's big, yeah. Brisbane's taken off the last 6 months. Like there's a childcare centre on every corner up there.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
So yeah, that's taken off quicker than we thought.
And
but
quick goals on. So if you're in 60, what do you want to be in by 2027?
by the end of the year, it's hard because we're down here now, but we back the girls in up there. Over 100, hopefully.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well
So
done,
there we go.
mate.
Thank you.
That's awesome. I love talking off field. I think it's really interesting. It gives you something outside of footy as well.
It does, yeah.
And it's also another challenge for it down here running it, but on your day off is always a Zoom call or whatever, Google
it's
Meet,
easy
Teams.
enough now. Yeah, easy enough now.
So and your missus runs all that as well.
She's she'd be the
Full-time.
manager. Yeah.
CEO, you get the
She'd
title.
be the CEO.
What's
yeah.
your role? On the
Just director.
Yeah, man. Director, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I just facilitate, just look over everything, and
Oh, that's elite.
Nah.
Oh, mate, that's so cool. Anyone listening, get in touch. If they own a childcare centre, what do they just flick you a message? What's the process?
Yeah.
Is there a
Instagram,
website?
anything? Yeah, website. Little Sports Heroes. So
Little Sports
have a look,
Heroes there.
yeah.
Check it out. That's awesome, man. I love that. And you're also helping people, which is really cool.
I appreciate it.
Quickly go back to footy before I give you a pair of Rixies. They've got the
Very good.
Melrose Cobalts here. Actually, they're the Melrose Aquas. They've got the wrong title on them. I changed the name late.
Looking forward to it.
Mate, the year ahead. Oh, there's a few players that played last year, and there's obviously a lot, but we haven't spoken about Caddy and Kako. I just wanted to get an update on their development in preseason. Are we seeing even more growth? And what are we seeing on the training track? Give us an update on those boys and anyone else out there that's just flying on the track.
Flying on the track. I love that term in preseason. Yeah, you've named a couple stars there, haven't you? Couple years in the system now. I've been blown away. Caddy's athletic profile is probably the best I've ever seen.
The best you've ever seen.
One of, we'll say, but let's go through it. He's fast as one of the quickest at the club. He's one of the fittest at the club.
Fittest in endurance?
Yeah.
Wow.
One of the strongest.
Strongest already?
Yeah. He's got the mindset to compete. Like he's an
Yeah.
absolute competitor. Like hates losing. He jumps over blokes at training. Like he's
So
just
big vertical.
Yeah, he's just got it all. So he's definitely one to watch for the Bombers fans, and one I'm really excited to play alongside.
Does he come out of the square full forward?
Yeah, I don't even think anyone needs to start in the square anymore with the new rule. But
Yeah.
He's a
But he'll be the
permanent
deep forward.
forward. Yeah, one of the forwards. Yeah, leads at the footy. So he's one to watch. And then you mentioned Kako as well. Obviously, more of a small forward. I think he even got thrown in the midfield a little bit last year with obviously a few more injuries. But yeah, pure sort of small forward, zippy, fast feet, hard to tackle. Those where the goals are, really silky. Reminds me a little bit sort of like that Isaac Rankin sort of player. Really fast, really agile. And yeah, another one the Bombers fans can be excited about.
That's great. So you've named the two boys that we got to see last year. Give me another one that we're going to see this year that's already on the list, but just flying. Just one more gem. Just go, this bloke's maybe moved positions or on the track. Every time we come off the track, he's being highlighted for just dominating. Jai Caldwell, is he chopping up?
Caldwell's dominating. Yeah, he's always the inside bull. I sort of mentioned Sam Durham before as well, though. He's probably one to watch, I think.
Okay.
That midfield who can sort of go forward as well and impact the game. He might not have the most touches, but every time he'll get it, he'll do something good with it and really impact the game and hopefully hit the scoreboard.
Selfishly, just without knowing the whole game plan, but we get an identity of teams pretty quickly. So you don't have to be too scared with telling me. But what is it, a contested brand of footy Essendon wants to be known for? Are you working on your ball movement? What's the identity of the side that we think we're going to see this year, or you're planning to, present to all us viewers?
All the viewers. Yeah, I think we've always been a contested side, even over the last couple of years. Our contest numbers and our ability to compete's been really good. I think this year there'll be a slight shift potentially on the ball movement.
Yep.
And trying to take the ball forward more and take more territory and play with more flair and freedom and take the ball forward.
Get it in there.
Get it in there. And probably saw last year a bit more kick mark and a bit slower. So
now, obviously with the injuries, but a lot of sideways kicks and just no penetration from the back half. But personnel, you didn't have any out
hurts.
there.
Yeah, personnel hurts. And even with a lot of the boys that were playing were sort of the mid-season recruits that are hard to sort of know the game plan. They've just walked in the door and they're playing a brand new system. So
people forget how hard it is to defend, and then if they're peppering the ball in, you got no juice to go forward. So the lateral kick's the easy way. You know what? You had the ball.
Let's catch our breath. But I think more entertaining and more free flowing and moving the ball forward. Hopefully we can do.
Oh, it's exciting, mate. Well, thank you so much for jumping on your day off. It's good to see you as well. Looking forward to seeing you more and helping you out. I'll get that contact. Hopefully, mate. I've just dropped Dawson's name on the potty, but you got to put him under the pump. Mate, got you the brand new Rixies here, the Melrose Aqua. They're brand new. They're like a dark crystal blue.
How good.
So that's for you, mate.
Appreciate it.
And you are looking fresh today. I'm a bit under I've got the running kit on. I've gone for a little trot. But chuck them on, mate, and tell me. We'll start with the Suns boys first. Who was the most stylish in the locker room at the Suns first?
At the Suns, Tuki Miller always liked what he wore and looked good in anything. I was always a bit jealous if he could pull off anything.
His old man is the coolest, I reckon, guy I've seen. So you can see why he's so cool.
Yeah, so cool. Yeah, he does take after his old man.
What's his old man? Have you met his old man a fair bit? He's a larrikin, isn't he?
Yeah, larrikin. He gave us one of the all-time speeches last year before a game, and he was good to be around.
What did he say?
I think it was like all gas, no brakes at the end of it. And there was like a slight, we used it as like the motto.
And all the boys, all the boys get around him?
Yeah, he was loving it. Yeah. Tuki loved it.
You don't see that. It's good that Tuki, because some guys get a bit embarrassed.
He wasn't embarrassed at all.
That's awesome.
He loved it. Yeah.
You don't see that in AFL. That's rare.
Very rare. Very rare.
It's kind of special as well.
All the boys loved it. Yeah, he got us going. But Tuki definitely. Yeah.
What about at the Dons? Who's the most stylish? You rock up every day. It's an effort to get up really early pre-season. You're sore, you're tired, you've got a 15-kilometre session plus wrestling in the afternoon and weights and mental imagery and all the rest of it, massage, physio. So getting your kit ready in the morning is a challenge, but there's always one bloke that always looks fresh. Who's that guy?
I reckon you could probably guess him, but a couple of your mates, Jai Caldwell, probably Matt Guelphy as well.
Yeah, I thought those two.
Yeah,
I ran into Jai yesterday. I go, geez, you're looking fresh.
Yeah, I reckon they're the two that put a bit of effort in there, but good-looking roosters. So
they are good-looking roosters. Yeah. Well, mate, thank you so much for jumping on. And to anyone that wants a pair of Rixies, use the code ACES at checkout. You know what to do. That gets you a 20% off discount code. We'll put the thing up right below me here so you can check out the website. But, mate, thanks so much for jumping on. I've just kicked off the Tommy Talks for the year, and it's good to get you on and talk about the big year ahead. And personally, mate, I went and watched you and a few others. Obviously, Rory Atkins was doing what you were doing probably the last couple of years as well, just having literally 40 possessions and then getting in the side and then in and out of the side. So to see you just already in the leadership group it just speaks volumes of you, your character. You've always been an amazing bloke. You're a great footballer. So this is exciting. And I think Essendon fans should be up and about with what you've just said about, even just the way Zac Merrett's training, the way they've recruited, the way the coaches are attacking the year. All the players are back. All these midfielders like Sammy Durham and Jai Caldwell and everyone else are just ready to go. So, mate, thanks so much for jumping on. Really appreciate it. Appreciate everyone that tunes into this podcast. And, mate, all the best for the year.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
See you guys.
Hi, I'm Shaquille O'Neal. I'm wearing Rick's sunglasses, made in Australia.
Shaq loves Australia.
See?
There we go.
Your first commercial right there.
Head to checkout and use the discount code ACES and you'll get 20% off site-wide. Rick's, eyewear that inspires confidence.